Now, what can I say to something like that? While I absolutely cannot support the tweet that she sent out or the Instagram post that she liked, whatever the case might be, because it's obviously hyperbolic and highly upsetting and insulting to my Jewish friends who absolutely understand that the Holocaust was a horribly tragic and serious thing that really should not be made light of or trivialized with a glib comparison to some modern situation that really doesn't pertain. Because it's obviously hyperbolic and highly upsetting and insulting to my Jewish friends and highly upsetting and insulting.
They're all superficial. You see, I deal in nightmares, and nightmares have to be awfully vivid. You're very glad when you wake up.
Gina Carano, I think's her name. I thought she was great in The Mandalorian. She's been fired by Disney and LucasArts. She has been called a racist because of some tweets and retweets. I've seen a picture of what she supposedly tweeted, which is talking about the steps to othering people so that abuse can be hurled at them later, referring to what happened to the Jews. And I just want to say that I'm disappointed with some people like Doomcock who are already making videos to capitalize on this, supposedly to defend her. And I'm calling them out. You're wrong. This is not offensive. What she posted is absolutely accurate. Just because some Jewish people or even non-Jewish people find it offensive does not mean it isn't historically accurate. 100% accurate. So if conservatives, as she appears to be, are being othered and unpersoned, as is happening, as we can see, as a result of her daring to speak at her own mind, and Doomcock and people like you are correct. She should be able to, and she shouldn't be fired for it. But you are wrong in kicking her legs out from under her. And the people who are pointing this out, it was regular Germans, not soldiers, who first started demonizing and attacking Jewish people and other groups as well. It is comparable to politics. See, Jews are not simply a race. You know, it's more complicated than that. That's why you have black Jews, white Jews, you have red-haired Jews, you have blue-eyed Jews, brown-eyed Jews. They go all over the place. They come from all over the place. It's about, you know, there's a legacy and a lineage to it, but there's also an ethnicity, and there are politics involved. And so groups like the Gypsies were also rounded up. Does that not matter? How about the fact that the first concentration camps under the Nazis were political, purely political enemies? Does that matter? Do their deaths and extermination not matter? It's understandable that the Jews stand out in our mind because of the scope of what happened. You know, the Holocaust is not a laughing matter, but also it's not a laughing matter to ignore the historical accuracy of what this post was getting at. Now, you might find it offensive, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. And Doomcock, I found that weak. I'm calling you out. Man, you failed on this one. You're trying to support her, but you're attacking the legitimacy of what that post had to say. Unless there's more that I'm not seeing, I think it's bullshit. And I'm not watching Mandalorian anymore. I don't give a shit even if I get to watch it for free. I told you people that this was going to happen. Favreau, if he's going to lose one more person, then he's next on the chopping block. And I think he'll leave before that happens. I think it's over, guys. You know, I can see a couple of different cast members that are most likely to be targeted. I saw it before I even started. People finally convinced me to watch the first 2 seasons, and they're great. But here comes the disappointment right after I watched them. Don't pay for Disney Plus.
Now, they have finally come for Gina Carano. After Beep Bop Boop, after making jokes about masks, after this admittedly offensive Instagram post, I get why Disney did what they did.
What happens in these situations with the Germans in Nazi Germany, or the Turks in Armenia, or the Japanese in Nanking, or the Hutu in Rwanda? The question is, people can point to political issues and economic issues and so on, but what it really requires for things like that to happen is major changes in the behavior of individuals. Individuals changing their decision making so they're capable of doing something that they would not be able to under other circumstances. So I've gotten very interested in how in a cultural context you can get a few people behaving a certain way, and then you hit a tipping point and everybody starts behaving that way. So anyway, so I started researching very deeply all of those historical incidents and what happens and what's going on in the brain that essentially allows you to short circuit the parts of your brain involved in emotional navigation of your decisions. So in normal circumstances, you wouldn't hurt somebody because these areas light up that are involved in emotion and simulation of what it's like to be the other people and so on. But it turns out that if you can really structure in-group and out-group, then your brain stops caring about the out-group. It does not see them that way. It doesn't activate these particular areas of the brain, and you can treat them just like you would an object.
This admittedly offensive Instagram post, I get why Disney did what they did.
Was it a stupid thing to say? It certainly was. I think that's beyond dispute.